shred those scouts without even a moment's notice. So we're going to you're setting up, pushing back out. Again, really the only point you've been able to consistently hold is your power. The Tyranid map control versus Space Marine Tier 1 is just brutal. If I were you right here, I would have beelined for this garrison, set up there. Don't need to worry about Raveners, don't need to worry about the suppression of Mew behind Tyrant, and you could just blast away. He's low enough health that you probably will be able to stop him. Yeah, he falls back right now. Meanwhile, trying to get a power harass on. He's had a 3-cap this entire time, and you're already in the Tier 2. I'd like to mention a big point here that I'd like to pull is that he did purchase the Raveners with the Devourer, 60 power and a lot of wreck on that. Plus the upgrades for his squads. You really didn't need to rush into Tier 2. You can see he's just now going Tier 2 while you've got your Razorback out. I feel a squad of Assault ASMs, or that would be Assault Space Marines. Yes, I add an extra A. And really put a stop to some of the Ravener and Hormagaunt harass. They could have rolled with your scouts and really held the map a bit better. The time spent getting Tier 2 and waiting for this Razorback is time that your opponent has a triple cap and is bleeding your victory points at 3 victory points a second, and it's just brutal. As far as trying to bring it back in Tier 2, it really limits your time to get your stronger units on the field and bring the hurt to the mid player. An excellent shotgun blast taking out the Raveners, and the Hormagaunts will be pushed back. Kinda lost a generator, but you caused some good wreck loss as far as Hormagaunts, and snagged the Ravener there too. But again, as you can see on the mini-map here, the entire middle and right side of the map is all owned by TyranidTerror. But you're in Tier 2, you got your Razorback ready to push out a little bit. Got people harassing me to play. I guess I have to do that after this cast. You're gonna have a good, what looks like a good setup here. You got your Devastator set up pretty far back. Gonna be able to push this Hive Tyrant back, pull off some heals. Meanwhile, your scouts are capping bottom. As you can see, he's gonna be getting a Venom Brood as an immediate response to your vehicle. So you push him back, capping the wreck, which I understand is important, but you've got a reasonable army right now. You really needed to be capturing these victory points. Can't stress the map control enough against Tyranids. Map control, it's all you need to do. Hold out till Tier 2 and try to keep that victory point difference up as little as possible. You're down by about 250 points here. I'll pause right here again real quick. And you did have a second Devastator coming in, but you should have left your rear, always leave your rear Devastator up. It can cover your position. As you can see, he had a bit of an ill-timed push for you coming in here, and moving this Devastator up just put him in a very vulnerable position. You can gauge generally by the timing. Tyranid does have a quick army. You pushed him back about, say 30 seconds ago. He's going to be reinforced, pushing back out. Not a good time to move the Devastator. We've got the Raveners up here that are about to pull a Burrow Strike, I'm sure. And, of course, the Venom Brood's going to home in on your Razorback up here. So that was just a bit of positioning error for the Devastator. Is gonna probably cost the engagement here. You did get a kill, Synapse Bomb on the Warriors here, but I guess you failed to engage in melee here. If you've got the Warrior Broods, the Venom Broods here firing at your vehicles, and Hormagaunts, you got a lot of melee. You ultimately probably should have just pulled back a little bit, but you could have engaged in melee with these guys and saved your Razorback. And losing this Razorback at this point in the game, you're already on the back foot, is really probably going to be the killing blow here. You pull out without losing any squads other than the vehicle. There it goes. Oh, poor Razorback. And those damned Venom Broods. Oh, maybe. Nope. Alright, you're safe. And now the Hive Tyrant, knowing that you're only Tier 2 investment. And again, that's the problem with going Tier 2. You get that quick vehicle and lose it to Venom Broods and possibly a Crush Claw. Early in the game, and you just realize that the ASMs would have been a much better purchase in the long run. You can't deny their synergy with the Apothecary. Also, of course, he's got another small gen harass in here, dropped a brood nest, and is just camping outside your base, pouring on the hurt. Down to only the power farm left here. The last few minutes of the game, not really too much you can do at this point. Not many errors really in Tier 1, but a couple positioning mistakes, and that's really about all it takes against Tyranid to really lose map control. You got to focus on the VPs. Oh, you got the Hive Tyrant lumbering up behind you. A little rough positioning from the dev. Again, keep a dev in the garrison. You can keep all of this covered. Pop a dev behind here, pop one here, and have the building covered. That way you have at least one suppression option at any time. Oh, hero falls again. Instantly pops back up with the global, and falls back into the base. Gonna lose your last bit of power here. Finally getting the ASMs, alright, Assault Space Marines, that's what I want to see. The second dev was, I felt also a questionable purchase. Really helps with the Raveners a bit, but sitting right next to each other in this case is never really a good positioning for devs. You want one to be covering the other. Doesn't matter, you're in front of your base, you get to push them back anyways. Probably going to be a bit too little too late, as the scouts, again, you needed something to deal with these Raveners. These Raveners just prevented you from ever holding a victory point. This is the only time you've held the top victory point, and it's just for a mere few seconds. Just moving in a pile here. I had the feeling you were feeling a little defeated at this point. No big deal, but never stop fighting. Try to put on as much hurt as you can here. He's got these looking for a synapse bomb by attacking those venom broods. You did lose one dev to the Hornagants there, who are level 2 now. You had a good force here at the end. Probably could have pushed them around a little bit, but unfortunately it was just map control, map control, map control. Also, as far as getting war gear for your Apothecary, again, in Tier 1, you don't have to rush to Tier 2 against Tyranid. They don't have any quick vehicles that they can field to really put pressure on your Tier 1 army. You can hold up against early mid-Tier 2 relatively easily. Healing rights would have been great to deal with the Gaunts or the Gants, even if you want to go with the Purification Vials to cause some AoE damage on the swarmy squads. But really, your only real mistake was just not holding the map. There were a couple early retreats, losing the Razorback, losing the hero, and bad dev positioning or two in some of the bigger fights was really about all that cost you the game here. Well played by both players. Hopefully, Chalji, this gives you a little insight as to a few of your errors and what you can keep an eye out for next time you fight Tyranids. And anyone else that's watching, hopefully you picked up one or two tips to help you out with the Space Marine Tyranid matchup as well. This is Red-Rupee, thanks for listening. Hopefully we'll have some more casts